Okay, we're off. We tried using the front screen, or I should say the front camera, the back camera, the main shooter, to do the recording today, because on these phones you can use the front screen as a viewfinder. The problem that I'm having is that the MagSafe's also on the back, so my little mounting rig is not compatible with that orientation. So we're chilling with this. Welcome everyone. It is 12/13. It's December 13th. It is not a burrito day. It is a Friday, which means school zone is in effect, slowing down our commute just a hair. We have snow on the ground, but rain coming down as well. I think this is, if anything, kind of a warning shot. See how it is through this little patch that is not melted yet. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. I think should be busy at work. A couple different things we can think about, a couple different things we can cover. It is a low sleep day, so potentially less psychic immunity, as it were. Might be a little bit more prone to being frustrated by the people who are frustrating. Yeah, so what should we talk about? I think that's probably the first thing, is deciding a good direction for this. Not being a burrito day, we're not going to take a break. We're going to head directly to work. I don't know. I think we could talk about our theme for the day. What is our goal for how we're going to do our job? Probably keep our lights on. That'll be a good start. Having lights on in the pickup a little bit safer. May not be necessary. It's overcast, but it's not dark. Anywho, lights on is a good safety measure anyway. So, for work, I think we have a stop for construction. Oh no! It's alright. I think we stop right here. We'll let this guy go. All of this out of context is going to be a little bit weird, but he's going to stop down there. He's going to flip for us. I'm going to wave at this car. They're going to go, then we're going to go. We have a plan. Oh, we're not. This is day 2 of them working on whatever project this is. Yesterday got me thinking about infrastructure. We won't be talking about infrastructure again today. Instead, you can go. There you go. So, I don't know, maybe I should have gone. But no, today the theme of our service. What's our genre? What are we going to provide? I'm still of the opinion that most often the best service is going to be from someone who is friendly but not pushy, efficient, fast, get all the things where they need to be. I think that's what we're going to do today. I think there is an argument for over-engineering a simpler or low stakes job, such as an Olive Garden server position. I do not think it's the worst job by a wide margin. I think it's pretty solid for what it is. I just said a lot of words without saying anything. I do that sometimes. I think it's okay. I think it's middle of the road for a job for that will take anyone in its class. It's pretty good. As far as no experience necessary jobs. I mean, I look around. This does bring up. We can talk about the theme of service today, but I do think about this where there's a lot of jobs that I don't know exist, if that makes sense. So, like, I think there are a lot of positions available, a lot of ways people make money that I had no idea that you could do. There's like accounting, there's office jobs, there's retail jobs, there's construction jobs, and within those there's like there's different companies and different genres. And I think it's interesting because myself, like anyone, we're looking for our best position, best company to work for, best line of work to be in. And there's a lot of different career paths. I think it's a little unfortunate because it reminds me of like a tech tree or a skill tree, where once a person puts a couple points into the skill tree, it's harder to switch to a different skill tree because everything synergizes together too well, so too much value is lost. I suppose it's like that for careers as well. If so much time is put into we can be even as specific as a particular company, a lot is lost if someone decides to switch companies because of the knowledge they gained about that particular place of business while they were there, right? And it builds together, it synergizes well together, so that when they go to work, they know what they need to do, they know the pitfalls, etc. I think switching to a different company, even doing a similar role, is a lot of that value will be lost. But it can be, I'd imagine, a bit like shifting gears. If a person's going to a better company that has a higher pay threshold, right? Potential to make more money, then sure, it's shifting gears. We start off with a little bit less power, and then as we ramp up, we have a higher cap, a higher ceiling to what we can accomplish. So that mechanic might be in place as well. But perhaps more interesting is the idea of switching career paths altogether into, let's say, an adjacent career path, right? I wonder about it. I don't want to stay in the restaurant industry for the rest of my life. Again, there are worse things, but it'd be nice to move into a different industry. The problem is, career adjacent type stuff. I don't really, I guess it's funny, I don't really know what there is. I could be a paralegal, maybe? I think probably the through line for moving on past a restaurant job is to get into sales. I don't know. I've told myself that I don't want to be a salesperson, but it's entirely possible that I don't want to be a person who's bad at sales, and it's entirely possible that most people are bad at sales. And I'll give you an example of this. I think the first time I met, not the last time, but the first time I met someone who changed my mind about sales and what the position could provide. I might be a salesperson. I might just be in sales. It feels like a dirty industry, right? But maybe cleaner than restaurant work. It might be a little cleaner than yeah. But a salesperson, they're known to be like manipulative and have it's strategic, right? Hanging out with a person like that, man, unless you're on the same level, unless you know all the tricks, it can be tough to deal with, right? Especially, you're expecting that the person's going to lie and deceive and all of these other tricks, right? Dealing with a manipulator. That's the feeling that I get when I'm dealing with a salesperson, right? Or someone who's in sales. Including when I'm just like buying something from a person who's a salesperson, right? I always feel like I'm getting fleeced. But with a little bit of knowledge, and I'll get to the story. I think, and anyone listening to this, if you're shaking your head thinking, yes, of course Jacob's a salesperson. Yeah, I might be. But I want to be a good one, and here's the first example of the good one. The good salesperson I encountered was actually at a vape shop. And I don't have like a super clear memory of this, so it's a story. But essentially what happened is I went into a vape shop. I was trying to quit smoking. So get me on that vape train. It wasn't what got me onto these, but I remember walking in, told them, told this guy, hey, I'm trying to quit smoking. I just need something that I will use. Something that's good enough to where I'll use it, but not so complicated that an enthusiast, would. I don't want to spend extra time. I just kind of want to smoke. But I don't want to smell like smoke. Like, that's where I'm coming from. And the guy was great. His approach, and it's going to be obvious to anyone, to a lot of people, but it was not obvious to me at the time. His approach was, okay, you have a problem you need to solve, and I have knowledge. We're going to leverage my knowledge against that problem. And here's what he did. He said, okay, so you want to quit smoking? You want something good enough to where you'll use it, but not so complex to where it's too difficult to maintain to where you'll throw it away. Yeah, he's like, okay, I get it. We have a lot of people like that coming in. You have a couple different options. And he went through all of the different price points and the different options that they offered. Any research that he'd done on them, right? Any reviews. And it was a very clean explanation. Instead of a persuasive argument, or instead of a persuasive essay, it was an informative essay. I was presented the options. I wasn't pressured to buy. I wasn't pressured to buy anything, let alone a higher priced item. We were simply solving my problem together. Brilliant. And I bought a vape. It worked pretty well. I mean, it was fine. I switched over eventually to Views when they came out. Kind of bounced around with disposables. But there's a clean way to go about sale. And that's why I might not actually be a good salesperson. Because pressuring people never feels good. Never feels good. I don't want someone to buy something that they don't want or need. Especially, I'm thinking like in the context of a person buying a car. If I was selling a car to someone, I just have a completely different strategy about it. And, I kind of want to meet more car salespeople because I imagine that there's different strategies on how you do well. But for me, it's pretty straightforward. I'm not trying to manipulate or push anyone. Because I think even if people don't, a lot of people can't articulate how they feel, they'll get a feeling. And most people listen to those feelings. I don't want to feel like I'm disarming a trap when I'm talking to potential clientele. Like I'm playing Minesweeper. I'm hacking their brains with psychological warfare. No! You're here to buy a car. Okay, what kind of car do you want? What's your budget? What's your credit score? What am I working with? I'll present you some options. And I think, I don't know, with the right presentation and the right support, a person could buy. They're allowed to. And we're talking return business. We're talking rapport, long-term rapport and trust. But, you know, maybe that is how it's supposed to be. And one issue when it comes to cars, this is fresh in my mind because I've been car shopping. When it comes to cars, it's very possible, I think, as a car salesperson, if you can't work with someone, like my credit score is terrible and my down payment is pretty mediocre. I think I had like 500, maybe 1,000 down. And what, a 540? I thought it was at 580. I thought it was almost okay when I ran it, but apparently it's like 540. Whoops. Terrible. Which is understandable. I'm not surprised I don't have the best credit score. It's fine, but those are the numbers. This is what I have to offer. What's the budget? What are we working with? But it was always weird. It was weird. The whole experience was terrible. And you know what? I think a lot of that might come from I don't have a lot of buying power. I'm not aware of what my buying power is. But a lot of fake smiles and just like, I want to say runaround, but that's not the right word. We're going to be a little bit late. For me, just a clean presentation of options allows, you know, me, the buyer, a little bit of agency. We could talk about a different line of sales. We could talk about serving. I was told, I was going to say we could talk about something different than serving, but we'll touch on this. I used to tell my trainees and the people I managed, present the menu options. We're not salespeople. We're like tour guides, right? That's the mentality. I want you to picture a tour guide at Disneyland. Okay, if you've never been to Disneyland and you show up and the place is like full of sights and smells and sounds, and it's a little overwhelming. You're excited, but it's like, what the heck am I gonna do? This all looks great. I don't know what's going on. What kind of person would you want as a guide? You know, someone rolls up. Let's say it's like your cousin, and they go to Disneyland every weekend. You know, they roll up and they say, "All right, welcome to Disneyland. What do you think? It's a lot, right? Okay, I've done this a couple times. So first thing we're gonna want to do, we're staying here for a couple days. Let's get a hotel. There's a couple different hotel options depending on how much you want to spend. Best bang for the buck is this one. If you want a little bit more luxury, there's this one. I'd kind of go mid-range. You know? How you feeling about it? How do you feel about it? Let's get that squared away. Great. Now let's go talk about some rides. Let's go talk about, we're going to start with, I don't even know anything about Disneyland. And they're there to guide you through and present options. This is kind of what I posited to any people that I was trying to advise about being a good server. A good server does not sell the lobster. A good server presents the options. Now I still have a problem with people who order soup and salad. Less of a problem if they come for lunch. Like that's more of a. it is it's a problem with me working at a place that offers it. It's on the menu. They can absolutely get it. And it's also a problem for me working at lunch. But if they order that shit during dinner, buddy, unless you're kind of like older and you don't eat much or whatever, like, don't run me ragged. Anyway, we'll get off the soup and salad. Let me do that. We'll go all day. So we present the options. That's what I'm going to do today, by the way. We'll circle back to that. The theme of serving today is going to be to go back to that, present the options. We're going to be the menu guide. It's the best way to do it. Hi there, folks. Welcome in. How's the day treating us so far? Fantastic. No surprises. Great. We love that. My name is Jacob. I'll be taking care of you. I'll be the one taking care of you today. I always say take care of the table because it's a separation. Like, I'm not here to be friends with you. I'm here to make sure that everything's taken care of. I might still do that. I'm here to take care of the table today. Also opens up the joke, the table looks fine. Well, I'll take care of you guys too. The table's my main focus though. I want that thing cleared and I want all the things on it that need to be there. That's my primary focus. Anyway. Have we been into Olive Garden before? Do you know how this menu works? Been into Olive Garden before? I think that's going to be a quick intro question that I need to ask every table. Well, welcome back. If you have any questions, let me know. Could I bring out anything to drink? Again, anything to drink? Well, what do you have, right? I guess I'll take water because I don't want to sit through looking at the menu while you stare at me. I'll just take a water. It's too much pressure. Bring out anything to drink. We can do an iced tea. I've got raspberry lemonade or Coke products for sodas. We can do a glass of wine. That's usually my kind of go-to. I thought about sitting down with Ken, by the way, when he comes on Sunday. I might still do that, but I don't think it's fair to do. Very passionate about the fucking wine glasses, man. We don't polish them. It's like Olive Garden's known for a couple things. They're known for like good breadsticks and soup and salad on the budget end, and then they're known for Italian wines and like mediocre pasta at a mediocre price. Good mid-range meal. Oh God, brother, I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna set everything up so I can park and dash. The video might end abruptly. I think I'm going to slow down the car and barrel roll out. The car will park itself on the curb somewhere. It takes a little bit of finesse. So, we're being a presenter of options. Let me give you a different example. And there are good examples of like good salespeople out there. I just don't know if it's effective in the real world. Like what I prefer as a buyer, me personally, first off, may not represent like buyers as a whole. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna be real late. First off, it might not represent buyers as a whole. And second off, buyers being comfortable, clientele being comfortable, may not be the first priority when it comes to the bottom line. I get it. We're here to sell, not to make friends. Ah, fuck. I can't make that. Frick me, man. Goodness gracious. Evenly spaced. Alright, that's fine. So, hello steering wheel. We're presenting options. Another good example, let's say, so yeah, all of this, it's kind of, it's from a hospitality sense. I want people to feel comfortable. I want to not be annoying, and I want to present options. I don't want to leave anything on the table, pun intended. I don't want to leave any sales on the table. I don't know. Service, food service. Okay, I'm going. not be a good long-term strategy. I do enjoy it though. Event planning. I do have an artistic flair. We do a little bit of coordination, event coordination. Might be good. I want to run over the Volvo. Good. Okay. Little event coordination. Might be good. Might be good. BBD needs a mini map. I'm trying to decide how to. So I talked to my friends real quick before I take off. I talked to my friends last night about a game that they like to play that I just don't think I like, and it's for very small and specific reasons. I like the game, but I can't play it competitively. Anyway, I had that conversation with them, and it kind of sucks. I feel bad about it. So I'm trying to think of how to broach that topic when I see them at work. Anywho, okay, put on deodorant. A little pit sniff. We're gonna do a little park in the car, and we're gonna head into work. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. Have a great rest of your day. Have a good shift, and we'll see you next time.